What's going on? It's Monica, and today we are going to talk about more deep thoughts, questioning, beliefs, etc. I hope that the series is good because it's so good to me. Just questioning things, it's like having a deep talk with your best friends on a late night, you know? Deep thoughts or shower thoughts, oh man, driving car thoughts. This is where we get to talk about those things that we always think about and never get to really analyze because we're doing something. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, subscribe if you're into this stuff, and let's get into it. So this video is going to be about like why we can't just be happy, and yeah, why we can't just be happy as we are with whatever it is that we have. It's so weird. And what prompted this is like I was getting really frustrated with the concept because I am a coach. I was getting really frustrated with the concept of like, or idea that people have to pay other people in order to be happy. Like, it just didn't feel right to me, and I was like, why can't people just be freaking happy? Like, why do we have to like pay people or pay to have things or get things done or any of it? Like, why do we have to have anything? Why can't we just literally exist and be like happy little creatures all of the time? And so I did some thinking about this, and I was like, well, are we just like designed to just survive? Like, is that all we're meant to do, is just like survive? And that's why we have pleasure centers, like in order, like we like go after things that bring pleasure, such as sex, because it helps obviously us reproduce, and go after things like food because obviously it helps us survive. Is that why we have pleasure centers? Or no, are we like meant to experience happiness because that's just what we're meant to do? And I guess that brings me to like a deeper question of like, what are we meant to do? Because like, what if we don't have a reason for existing? So that might be another video. What's our reason for existing? But this is about, let's just say we have some reason for existing. This is about just, can we be happy completely on our own? And so I thought about this first from a psychology kind of background, which I went into this as like, well, okay, there's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which if you've never heard of it, it's like a pyramid, and we have like our basic needs and our psychological needs, and then at the very top we have self-actualization, which is like just how we feel. It's basically the peak of our existence where we feel like we have accomplished what we were meant to accomplish, and we have our creative goals met, and yeah, that's the point where everyone wants to get to, is like where we feel really at peace and successful, and I think happy. So in terms of this, like, does that mean like we need our safety needs met first, just our basic needs like food, water, warmth, etc., and then we need like our safety and security needs met, and then the next level we would need like relationships and friendships and love? Do we need all of these things to be happy, or do we not? And I'm kind of leaning towards we don't, because there's so many examples of people who are happy who don't have these things. You know, like a homeless person could be happy. That doesn't mean they're safe living on the streets. That doesn't mean they have warmth all of the time. And then thinking about that, are they really happy? Like in those moments of like, they're so cold or they're so hot, like, can you really be happy and be uncomfortable? And that brings me to the thought of like, hell yeah, you can. You can totally be uncomfortable and still be happy. For instance, let's say you go from living on the streets to living in a crappy apartment. Like, that crappy apartment's probably gonna make you elated. You know, it's still an uncomfortable situation. It's still, you would still want something better, ideally. You would still want something better, ideally, but you're still happy with it, you know? So, yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards you don't need Maslow's hierarchy of needs in order to be happy. Okay, so then why can't we just be happy? Well, why do we experience other emotions? Is it because it's a good thing for us to experience other emotions? Like maybe our sadness or our anger or whatever is not aligned with happiness. Does that show us like what we actually want? Or show us like what we don't want so that we can gravitate towards what does make us happy? And I don't know, like, why if we are meant to be happy, do we need to experience these other things that like don't make us happy, you know? Could it possibly be dangerous for us to be happy all of the time? For instance, if we're like getting chased by a lion, would it be an inconvenience to also be happy? Or would it make us think more logically? And I think this is where we're getting into something where it really just needs to be tested, because I don't know. I have no idea, you know? Like, if I was taking a test that I wasn't prepared for, which is a stressful situation, and normally I'd be like panicking and upset and want to cry and blah blah. But what if instead I was just in a state of happiness? Would that make the test better for me? Or does stress make me better? Because I feel like, personally, I study better when I'm under stress. I do better at things when I'm under stress. But what if it wasn't like that? What if I was just happy? Then would I do equally as well? Or would I do better? Would it serve me to be happy while being chased by a lion? You know, maybe I'll think of like things that I wouldn't have otherwise. Would it serve me to be happy while I was being eaten by a lion? You know? And is it possible to be happy while being eaten by a lion? Yes. Again, you can, I feel personally like you choose happiness. It's a choice. And you could choose while being eaten by a lion to be like so happy about the life you got to live versus like sad about the potential life you're missing out on. You know, it's just kind of like that mindset of like glass half full or half empty. So, so much to think about. But anyway, what I kind of came to the conclusion about needing to buy things to make you happy or whatever, I think I'm going to test out the theory of what would happen if I just chose happiness. And is that possible for me or anyone to be in a constant state of happiness while experiencing life, you know, and emotions and maybe illnesses or whatever? I mean, is that possible? And I think that's just going to be something that I have to constantly battle and choose to just remain constantly happy. And what if I don't like it? You know, what if it somehow I feel better as a human when I experience maybe negative emotions, or emotions that aren't at the same level as happiness? What if that's not a good thing? You know, it's so possible. And so, isn't this so good to talk about? Yeah, so what if we all chose to be happy for a day? Like, just constantly for a whole day chose to be happy, or for a whole week, or for a whole hour. Or what if we picked a situation where we normally wouldn't be happy in and just chose to be happy? Could we do it? How would we feel? So, I don't know. I thought that that's like a really interesting kind of thing to ponder. Second conclusion I came to is that it's not bad to go after things that make us happy. Like, when I first came to this question, I was like mad about it. I was like, why do we freaking have to pay people? Why do we have to put makeup on? Why do we have to like get cute outfits? Why do we have to be more intelligent? Why do we have to go for different degrees? Why do we have to have friends? Why do we have to have partners? Why do I have to pay a coach or a therapist? Or why do people pay me to help them feel better? Why can't we just freaking be happy? And I just decided, you know what? Because it's awesome. Because we get to feel good. Because we get to feel better and better. And there's nothing wrong with going after things that make you more happy. If anything, it's commendable. Like, you want to be happier and healthier and smarter and go for your goals. Like, that's amazing. And why would I want to shame someone or shame someone out of like working with me just because I'm like, you can totally be happy on your own? Like, of course you can. Of course you can choose to be happy on your own. And you can also choose to do things that make you feel happy too. So it's kind of like the idea of like, you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. Like, of course you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. And if you are in a relationship and that person makes you happy, then that's amazing. And of course you should not depend on someone else for your happiness. Your happiness should come from within first and foremost. But if outside sources do make you happy as well, then that's amazing. You know, why would you be like, I can make myself happy, thank you, don't need you? Like, you know what I mean? That's just like ridiculous. So yeah, it makes me really happy to come to that conclusion, because I'm like, now I feel like so much more accepting of clients coming to me and being like, I'm unhappy and I want to learn how to be happy and how to be positive and how to be healthy and how to be confident. Like, yes, you can totally choose all of those things on your own, and you can always learn more and more to become better and better. You know what I mean? And happier and healthier, and like, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you invest in yourself and invest in things that bring you joy? That's what you should be investing in, if anything else. Because everyone just wants to be happy. No matter who you are, you don't want to be sad. And if you're in this mindset of like, no, I actually want to be sad, you don't want to stay there. No one wants to stay in a sad hole. And if a certain circumstance made you, you know, feel like, no, I need to like mourn, I need to be here and be present with my feelings that aren't happiness, then of course you gotta feel your feelings. But no one wants to get to that point. Everyone wants to be happy, everyone wants love, everyone I mean, yeah. So, if you're not feeling very happy right now, one, try to choose happiness and see if that works. Just simply choosing to be happy. And two, seek out things that make you happy and know that that's okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm sending so many positive, happy, vibey vibes to all of you. And thanks for diving deep with me and exploring our minds, souls, bodies.